Hi guys, it's Andy from mcfcfantv. Well, after the video that we put out just 24 hours ago, talking about the historical facts behind the media campaign against Raheem Sterling, then yesterday what we had was we had it starting all over again. I said I was maybe naive to think that they would leave him alone at this World Cup. Well, they haven't. It's that simple. It all started with John Cross from The Mirror, who posted this particular tweet. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the actual tweet from him. Now, his tweet said, "My verdict from England training base and a hint at what might be big team news." Now, if that's not headline grabbing, I don't know what is. And then what he proceeded to do was to post this particular team sheet, which, as we know, was in the hands of Holland, the assistant coach of England, which seemed to suggest that, in John Cross's opinion, he said, "Gareth Southgate's note suggests Raheem Sterling will be dropped for England's World Cup 2018 clash against Panama." Now, if you look at that actual team sheet, which you can see now, and we'll also rotate it so you can maybe see it a little bit clearer, all that does is it shows two players for each position. Now, does it say to you that that is the team? Are we going to play with 22 players? No, we're going to play with 11. If that was a team sheet and suggesting that, you know, players are going to be dropped, then surely it would show 11 players with the likes of Dele Alli on the injured list. But it doesn't. It shows 22 players. However, there's an opportunity there to interpret it to your benefit, to say, Raheem Sterling is on this particular side. Raheem Sterling is not going to play. It doesn't say about anybody else. It just solely focuses on Raheem Sterling. So, moving forward, what happened next was Matt Law from the Daily Mail posted this earlier today. So what happened next was Matt Law of the Daily Mail posted this on Twitter. And again, you can see it here and I'll read it to you. And he says, "Let's just be clear on one thing. The pick of the England team was taken in capitals, open training session in which photographers and cameramen are invited to take pictures. You may not agree with it being published, but there was certainly no hiding in bushes, etc. I'll leave it there." So basically trying to justify the fact that in the previous day, John Cross of The Mirror had actually posted this exclusive again, that this was the England team for Panama and Raheem Sterling is dropped, that's what it suggests, etc, etc. Actually, no. But he still felt the need to actually come out and justify it. So what I'm going to show you now is I'm going to show you some of the replies to Matt Law's tweet. And there's one here from, I think it's Thibaut Save, obviously about Thibaut Courtois. And they said, "The open training session was for the media to see the players train, not for you vultures to look at a piece of paper no one wanted to see. It would have been so easy to avoid it." And I totally agree. Why put it out there? Is there any benefit to doing it, except for maybe getting some headlines and actually reopening the whole Raheem Sterling debate? Dean Coombs posted, "Look what you've caused." I'm not sure it was Matt Law who caused it. I think it was John Cross from The Mirror who caused this. But Matt Law defending it doesn't help. To them we had Tom, which is a bookie funder, and he posted, and I'll use his words, "How the fucking hell have you Fleet Street tools managed to turn this into a saga? The England squad have done nothing but behave impeccably throughout the tournament, but you boys seem to have taken it upon yourselves to create a saga. Pathetic." And I totally agree with Tom. What they've basically done is they've taken a squad training list, because it's 22, it's not 11, and they've photographed it, fine, fair enough, no problem whatsoever, but then released it under the headline, and this is the Mirror, this is John Cross, who has wrote articles about, oh, Raheem's a really nice guy, and he's done this, and he's done that, and he's done the other. But led with the headline, inside news, exclusive, all of this type of thing, about the England team and the fact that Raheem Sterling is possibly going to be dropped. Now, he might do, and that's Gareth Southgate's prerogative. But to then post this on Twitter and social media a few days before we play Panama, what help is it? Other than create headlines, create an open debate again around Raheem Sterling. And again this morning on TalkSport, we had the old shitty TalkSport talking about interviewing, some Leicester fan who turned around and said, Raheem Sterling's useless. Look at his figures for England. Look at this. Look at that. Well, look at the figures. Raheem Sterling has notoriously been a winger. He's played 30-odd games, scored 2 goals with 8 assists. Compare that to Marcus Rashford, who's played less games but scored 3 goals with very few assists. So they're talking about, Rashford should be in over Sterling. And well, maybe if Gareth Southgate played Sterling in his preferred position, which is out wide, then maybe Raheem potentially can contribute a little bit more. However, that's a debate for another day. What this is about, this is all about reopening the whole Raheem Sterling saga. So, what's next? Are the journalists going to turn around and say, well, we've got these extended zoom-in microphones so we can pick up the chatter between Gareth and Holland and the team, the England team and the players, etc., and justify that because it's an open training session? I think they don't care. It's as simple as that. They've come out with all of these articles about Raheem Sterling and about other players and about how great it is to be able to finally sit down with the players and talk to them on a one-to-one basis rather than, having that distance that they've had before under Capello. And so what type of thing, this whole debate with this team sheet, allegedly, what does that now do for the confidence between what Gareth Southgate thinks of the journalists? Because he's come out today and said he's not too pleased about it. And some of the other players have said, well, what does that show to the Panama team with our journalists? So, I don't know, guys. I just find it... I really honestly believe you can read as much nonsense and bullshit by the likes of Cross and Matt Law and all the others, any of them, talking about how they're here for England and how it's great to have access and everything else. And I actually heard Mark Saggers, who I don't particularly like, on TalkSport, talking about it on the Brazil game earlier. And he actually said the same thing. He said, after all we've done to try and bridge the gap between the England squad, managers and the FA and everything else, and the journalists, to try and sort of give us more access and give us, more open debate and interviews and things like that. And England have extended every single courtesy to these journalists. Then you've got the likes of Cross from the Mirror and his other cronies. And they go and put something out like that yesterday without even thinking about it because it gives them headlines, it gives them clickbait. It's pathetic. And I agree with one of the guys on Twitter. It is pathetic. And if I was Southgate, I'd just turn around and say, fuck off, basically. We're here, we've got a job to do, we don't care what you want to write. You'll write your own things anyway, because that's what you do. And what's going to happen next? Is there going to be something that happens, which generally does over a 4 or 5 week tournament, where there might be a little bit of an argument between teammates and whatever that goes on every day in training around the Premier League? Is that going to be blowing all that proportion? Is it going to be, Eric Dyer fights with Jesse Lingard, or, Pickford pushes, Harry Kane, and it's headlines. That's all they're interested in. They don't care about England whatsoever. Absolutely don't. It's either England get knocked out, it's a win-win. England win the World Cup, it's a win-win. Anything else in between, they're not interested in. They're really not bothered. Quarterfinals, it'll be, yeah, so what? Semi-finals, yeah, it was okay. Unless England actually win it, they've got something to write about. Unless England actually go out through the group stages, they've got something to write about if that happens. But if not, there's nothing for them. So they do, generally, they're hateful. They create this whole saga, as somebody said on Twitter earlier. I'm fed up with it. fucking do my head in, they really do, and I'm sorry for swearing, but that's that. But what I'd like to do is just finish on this, and this was an article which I'll show you now, a clip of it, and what I'll do is I'll read what it says, and this particular article here was in Players Tribune, and it was retweeted by somebody today, and it was all about Raheem Sterling. I thought, actually, you know, good on you, because in there he said, if people want to write about my mum's bathroom in a house, all I have to tell you is that 15 years ago we were cleaning toilets in Stonebridge and getting breakfast out of a vending machine. If anybody deserves to be happy, it's my mum. She came to this country with nothing and put herself through school, cleaning bathrooms and changing bed sheets, and now she's the director of a nursing home, and her son plays for England. Well, fucking brilliant, Raheem. You carry on, lad. Ignore all the bullshit from the press, because you're strong enough, and if you don't play against Panama, so what? You'll come back, you'll probably play against Belgium, and is it any wonder that the rumours fly around thinking, is Raheem Sterling going to Real Madrid? Does he want to move abroad? I think he's stronger than that. I don't think he really gives a shit, if I'm honest. I think it's us as fans that really care about the way Raheem's being treated by the media. He's much stronger than us. I think he just thinks, well, yeah, piss it, fuck it, you know, I don't care. So I'm really angry again. It started again. It pisses me off big style. But anyway, guys, Sandy from Man City Fan TV. Please don't forget, subscribe to the channel and click notification. We're trying to get those subs up to 1,000, and you can follow us at Man City Fan TV 1, and you can also contact us on our Gmail account, which is mcfcfantv@gmail.com. We'll see you soon. Here's fingers crossed England do well against Panama, but there'll always be something. See you soon.